In this video, we're going to see how to go into Sage Intacct for construction and clean up some open receivables that are still out there that either you want to get off your aging, or it's a bad debt, or you might just have some, pennies here or there that you want to clear out. So if I go into Sage Intacct here, go into the entity in question if you're in multiple entities. I'm going to go into my Timberline General Construction. And if I go to receivables, I'm going to go look at a customer aging report, and I'm going to try and clean up the customer. I believe we have a customer for Walmart in here. And I'm just going to do a quick look at my aging, and I'm going to click view. And once we get in here, we're going to see that we have an invoice in here for $109 that we need to clear out. This is no longer open, either a bad debt or credit or something like that we need to apply to this. So I'm going to go ahead and write down what it is. It's $109.35. And we're going to go ahead and show you how to do that. So what you're going to want to do, this is the first step, is you're going to want to go into accounts receivable, and you're going to go to all, and you're going to go under the payment area. You're going to go into adjustments. So what you're going to need to do is create an adjustment. Credit memo, debit memo. It might be a negative adjustment, positive adjustment, depending on what you need. You're going to go ahead and create that adjustment. And then what we're going to be able to do is we're going to be able to go in and receive payment screen, and we're going to be able to apply that open invoice, apply the adjustment to the open invoice. That's how you're going to clear it out. So I'm going to go into adjustments here, and I'm going to hit the plus button. And once I'm in here, I'm going to pick the date that I want this adjustment to happen. It might be end of the year, maybe as of 12/31 I want to get it right. Maybe it's the same date as the original invoice. So this is going to be your adjustment date that it'll come off your aging as of. I'm going to leave it as of today, and I'm going to go ahead and select my customer, which was Walmart. Now, if you know the invoice number, you can reference it here. And I forgot to write that one down, so we're going to skip that for now. It's not going to link to it. It's not going to automatically apply to it. It's more of a reporting tool for later on. But you'll see once you apply that credit, you'll be able to check anyways and see where it came from. So you don't necessarily need to select this here, but if you know it, go ahead and do that. Then from there, you're going to want to decide on, is it a credit memo? Is it a debit memo? Credit memo and AR is going to reduce the balance, like receiving cash, and a debit memo is going to increase what they owe you. Okay. So credit memo, you could put a description on it, zero out account, whatever you want to call it. And then you'll have the ability, just like you do in Intacct Anywhere, to apply it to dimensions. So is it project related? Should this lower a cost of the project maybe? Or is it just, hey, we want to write it off to bad debts and be done with it? So in this case, I'm going to skip the project stuff, and I'm just going to say, I need to do a credit memo for $109.35. And what account do I want it to hit? Do I want it to hit a bad debt expense? Do I want it to hit other income, or a revenue account? Maybe I'm lowering my revenue account here. So let's do that in this case. I'm just going to hit a revenue. This is going to actually, lower your revenue here. So hit revenue, and then, what location if you're doing multiple entities, and what department. All of that, normal Intacct coding and dimensions you're going to be able to do here. You could also, and you'll notice the customer does pre-fill in for you automatically. So you just kind of create that, and then you'll hit the post. And that's going to post the entry to your general ledger. So that's going to reduce your accounts receivable, and it's going to reduce your revenue in this case. So you can see there's my transaction. And if I want to view it, I can click the view button, go to posting details, and see the general ledger. So you can see here it's actually reducing accounts receivable and reducing our revenue, debiting revenue. Once you have your adjustment, if you don't take it to this next step, you're going to see both of these on your aging. You'll see the in and out on your aging. So you have to connect the two together. And the way to do that is to go into accounts receivable and go to the receive payments new. Just hit the plus button. Pick your customer. And because we're not receiving actual cash, you don't have to fill any of this out. You can just leave this as the default payment method, bank account, all that stuff, especially amount received. You want to leave amount received blank. And then you just want to say show invoices here. When you do that, you'll see the invoices that are outstanding. Be cautious here. You want to make sure that your date received is the date that you want to clear these two out together. So if I, don't do my date received until February 1st, they're going to show on the aging in January. So today's date, we'll use that. And then down here, you'll notice it'll show you, here's your open, and here's the credit that you have available. So we only have one invoice, so we don't have an option to select invoices. But if you had multiple invoices here, you would have a checkbox, and you could pick which invoice. You can select which invoice to apply this to. I'm just going to hit apply credits here. And because there's only one invoice, it's going to pop up and say, well, this must be the one that you want to do. And here's all the credits that are out there. So maybe you have 2 or 3 credits that you want to apply. You can check off whatever you have. I'm just going to select that one, which is the one we just did. And I'm going to click save. Now you'll notice that credit to apply is filled out. And you can see here your customer balance will be 0 when it's done. So I'm going to go ahead then and just click post. And that'll do it. So that'll actually treat it as if it was, paid, so to speak. You'll see a posted payment in there, which is really an adjustment applied. So you kind of see how that works here. This is the one, 109, adjustment applied. And if I go take a look at my receivable now, so if I go back over to my invoices and receivables, and I'll just pull up Walmart. There it is. You'll notice it says paid. And if you want to see some more detail on it, I can click view. And over here, you'll see that it says paid and then paid in full, and you can click view details. If I click view details, this will show you in here how it was paid. So you'll be able to see here that it was paid with an adjustment, with an AR credit applied. So you'll still have that link even if you don't select that reference in the first section. And that's basically the process to clean up your AR, whether you're going to just clean up some pennies, whether you have a legit credit that you want to put in and apply it to it, it'll apply in either case. Thank you.